Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you are new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos, household budget, personal budget, anything finance related, and I'm interested. So I just wanted to give you a brief introduction before I jump into this week's video, which is going to be my paycheck to paycheck budget. And this one's going to be a little bit different, so if you're interested in seeing why, just stay tuned. My budget ready to go and also my cash envelopes. And so I am going to be following it up with my cash envelope stuffing, but I thought that I would talk about what's left in here in this video. So I like to make it separate because sometimes people don't always use the cash envelope system and they're still interested in the budget itself. So I want to keep them separate just for that purpose, just in case somebody likes one of those videos or prefers one of those videos over the other. So I have my calculator ready to go. I've got some pens here, and of course I have my Happy Planner Notes notebook. And I'm just going to turn to last week's page and give you just a brief recap of where I was at. And then we will get into this week, which is Friday, January 24th. And today was not a payday for me. It was supposed to be a payday for my husband, and that's why this one is just a little bit different. So you are looking at my budget from last week, and it was a joint payday, and so we had $20.67 coming in, and that's a little bit less than we are used to, especially if you watched my channel last year. And obviously, you know that my husband is between jobs right now and he is going to be transferring. And I always keep saying that. I know it's a broken record, so I do apologize for those of you who have had to endure this little spiel every time. But he gets paid every Friday, even when he is getting unemployment. However, he has to keep reapplying, and during the times when they hold up the paperwork, he always gets the arrearages, don't get me wrong, but there's weeks in between where he doesn't get anything, and so then they play catch up. So that's kind of the way it goes every couple of months, and hopefully he will be all situated maybe sometime by this March. So that's what we're banking on. Anyway, literally banking on it. Pun intended, I guess. So last week we had quite a few bills due, and it ended up totaling to $20.45. And so I had some money from the previous week because we didn't have any bills due. And it's a good thing we have no bills due this week because we didn't have any income at all this week. So this is one of our in-between periods, our kind of waiting periods, I guess. I'm not really sure what else to call it. Red tape week, I don't know. But last week I had stuffed some envelopes and I had an extra bill to pay, which was a bit unusual. I don't always have health bills or co-pays or anything to catch up on, but this one I did. And so the way my insurance works is I have a certain deductible to meet, and this is part of that deductible, I guess. And I also have to pay a certain percentage on anything after that. So it's kind of like an 80-20 system. And so I had some tests done last year, and well, actually I think it was in November. And so I was billed finally, and I did pay that off. So what I had to do was I took the money out and I put it into my miscellaneous cash envelope, and then I actually put it into another bank account, which was my older checking account where I still had checks. So I had to mail in a check for this. And so I was able to do that, and that's fine. I had a couple prescriptions to pick up, and my prescriptions are really very inexpensive, thank God, and especially if it's in generic form. And then dog food, groceries, and gas. So that was everything that we had, and obviously I was able to borrow from the previous week, and of course we do have savings, and we've been relying on that as well. So we haven't been as aggressive on our debt payoff right now because we are utilizing some of our savings for just everyday living, which is totally fine. I think that, you know, if this went on another 6 months, we would have to start reassessing the way we are doing things. But, you know, for now, we just have to make it work. So I'm going to turn to a fresh layout for this week. And even though we didn't have any money coming in and we literally have no bills going out, I'm still going to list my variable expenses in the next video for my cash envelopes. So today's date is January 24th. And the reason why I'm doing this most of all isn't just because I'm stuffing cash envelopes. Just because we have no fixed expenses due doesn't mean we don't still have living expenses. So anything that goes under variables could be anything from groceries to pet care, to health care, to haircuts, birthday gifts, whatever it could be, anything that's not a fixed bill, I list under variables. So it seems like every week we have something going on, and I haven't quite gotten to the point yet where I can grocery shop like 2 weeks in a row or 2 weeks in advance. It doesn't really hold us over. I don't know. I think we're just not meal planning correctly yet, and that is something that I'm working on. So if you guys didn't catch my video yesterday, I'm talking about a self-auditing process and what I'm doing to track our meals and what we buy at the grocery store, and really getting into the nitty-gritty of what goes into our everyday dinners. And so like I said, our variables will go here in the next video, and then I'll stuff the cash envelopes. So fixed expenses, I'm just going to put not applicable, so I'm just going to put an NA there, and total is 0. However, I want to look back on this because I want these sheets to serve as archival purposes, you know, and I can look back and I can see, oh, what did we make last year, or what week did we fall short, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be still part of my ongoing self-auditing process. And so even though we didn't have any income this week, I still want to track that so I can look back and I can say, oh yeah, that's right, on January 24th we didn't have anything coming in. So this is actually considered payday number 4 for us, and it would be considered a single payday because I do not get paid every week. I get paid every other week, and then on those occasions it would be considered a joint payday because my husband gets paid every Friday. So this is payday number 4 for us, and it is a very round 0 there. And so I just brought that down in a total column, and then in my following video, like I said, I'll get into our variables. So what does this mean for our debt? I mean, we're still plugging away, and I plan to do a debt progress video, an update video for you guys. It's still a huge priority for me, but there's also some things going on with us and some really creative ways I think that we are going to manage this job transition for my husband. So he is he is going to be relocated. I am not. I can't leave my job because I am too invested with my retirement, and so we are going to have 2 households going, but there's some creative ways that I really want to talk to you guys about in depth when we kind of get a little bit closer to that point, on how we are going to save money while still upkeeping 2 households. So yeah, there's a lot to share with you guys in the coming months, a lot. And so I want to be completely transparent because I believe for my personal channel, that's the only way that I can effectively do my explanations and keep you guys up to date, and also keep myself organized. So it's really easier for me just to put real numbers here instead of just giving you ballpark figures or, you know, just categories without numbers, because if I did that, I'd have to do it twice. Then I'd have to do a real copy for myself and an edited or censored copy for you, and that's kind of why I do it, you know. And also, it's just money. It's not who I am. It doesn't completely identify me as a person, and you know, we all make money, we all spend money, we all lose money, we all win money. You know what I'm saying? It's life. So anyway, I'm going to continue this video as a part 2. If you're interested in that, I'm going to upload my cash envelope recap and my stuffing for this week. And hopefully, guys, I see you in my next video.